The given equation is g of x equals to x raised to 4 plus 5x cubed minus 2x squared plus 7x plus 4. And the values are g of negative 3, g of negative 2, g of 1, and g of square root. For example, negative 3. We will substitute the value of x into negative 3. So, g of negative 3 equals to negative 3 raised to 4 plus 5 times negative 3 cubes minus 2 times negative 3 squared plus 7 times negative 3 plus 4. So we will simplify the number with exponent. So the exponent will tell us how many times we will multiply the number by itself. For example, negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. So negative 3 times negative 3 equals to positive 9. Then positive 9 times negative 3 equals to negative 27. Negative 27 times 3 equals to positive 81. So 81 plus 5 times negative 3 cubed equals to negative 27 minus 2 times negative 3 squared equals to 9. 7 times negative 3 equals to negative 21 plus 4. So next, we will simplify the number with parentheses. 81. 5 times negative 27 equals to negative 135. Minus 2 times 9 equals to 18. Minus 21 plus 4. And then next is we will simplify the remaining number. But before that, we will transpose negative 3 here. We will change the sign into positive 3. So we will add the positive number. 81 plus 4 plus 3 equals to 88. So next, the negative number. So they have the same sign, we will gonna add them. Negative 135 minus 18 minus 21 equals to 174. So 88 minus 174 equals to negative 86. So the final answer is g equals to negative 86. So the next example is function with trigonometric value, which is square root of 3. So g of x equals to x raised to 4 plus 5x cubed minus 2x squared plus 7x plus 4. So we're gonna substitute the value of x into square root of 3. So g of square root of 3 equals to square root of 3 quantity raised to 4 plus 5 square root of 3 quantity cube minus 2 square root of 3 quantity squared plus 7 square root of 3 plus 4. So next, we will simplify the number with exponent. So the exponent will tell how many times we will multiply the number by itself. For example, square root of 3 times square root of 3 times square root of 3 times square root of 3. So 3 times square root of 3 times square root of 3 equals to square root of 9 times square root of 3 equals to square root of 27 times square root of 3 equals to square root of. So square root of 81 plus 5 square root of 3 quantity cube equals to square root of 27 minus 2 quantity of square root of 3 quantity of squared equals to square root of 9 plus 7 square root of 3 plus 4, and then we will transpose the square root of 3 into here and change the sign into negative. So next, we will simplify the number by getting its square root. So the square root of 81 is 9 plus 5. So 27 doesn't have square root, so we will gonna factor 27 that one of its factor is a perfect square. So the factor of 27 is 9 and 3, and 9 is a perfect square, so the square root of 9 is 3. And this number 3 will remain inside the radical sign because its root is not a perfect square. And minus 2 square root of 9, the square root of 9 is 3 plus 7, the square root of 3 is plus 4 minus negative square root of 3. So next, we will gonna multiply the number with parentheses. So 9 plus 5 times 3 equals to 15 square root of 3 minus 2 times 3 equals to 6, and we will gonna copy the remaining numbers. So next, we will gonna simplify the terms with same radicand. 15 square root of 3, 7 square root of 3, and negative 1 square root of 3. So 9 plus 15 square root of 3 plus 7 square root of 3 equals to 22 square root of 3 minus 1 square root of 3 equals to 21 square root of 3. Then, we're gonna copy the remaining numbers. Since we cannot simplify 21 square root of 3, so we're gonna simplify the other number. 9 plus 4 equals to 13. Minus 6 equals to 7. Then, we're gonna order the answer number. So, the final answer is G, 21 square root of 3 plus 7. This is derivative power. So, the equation is y equals to 8x raised to 5 plus 10x raised to 4 minus 5x cubed plus 2x squared minus 4x minus 16. And next is we will find the derivatives. So 8 derivative of x raised to 5 is 5. X raised to 5 minus 1 plus 10. The derivatives of x raised to 4 is 4. So x 4 minus 1 minus 5. The derivatives of x squared, x cubed is 3. So x cubed minus 1 plus 2. The derivatives of x squared is 2. So x squared minus 1 and minus 4. The derivative of x is 1. So x 1 minus 1. So next, we're gonna multiply the numbers and subtract the exponent. So 8 times 5 equals to 40. And x raised to 5 minus 1 is 4. Plus 10 minus 10 times 4 is 40. X raised to 4 minus 1 is 3. Minus 5 times 3 equals to 15. X cubed minus 1 equals to x squared. Plus 2 times 2 is 4. X cubed minus 1 is 1. So 4x only. And lastly, we will gonna 4 times 1 is equals to 4. So next, we will find again the derivatives of this. So 40 times 4, x raised to 4 minus 1 plus 40 times 3, x cubed minus 1 plus 15 times 2, x squared minus 1 plus 4. So the 4 is a constant, so it will become 0. So next, we will times again the numbers and subtract the exponent. So 40 times 4 equals to 60. X raised to 4 minus 1 equals to cube. Plus 40 times 3 equals to 120. Then x cubed minus 1 equals to x squared. Plus 15 times 2 equals to 30. Then x squared minus 1 equals to x. And again, we'll find the derivatives of this. So 160 times 3, x cubed minus 1 plus 120 times 2, x squared minus 1 plus 30 times 1 and x 1 minus 1. And again, we will gonna multiply the numbers and subtract the exponent. So 160 times 3 equals to 480. X cubed minus 1 equals to x squared. Plus 120 times 2 equals to 240. X cubed minus 1 is equals to x plus 30. So the 30 is now a constant. So it returns into 0. So again, we're gonna multiply the number and subtract the exponent. So 480 times 2 equals to 960. X squared minus 1 is equals to 1. Plus 240 times 1 equals to 40. X 1 minus 1 equals to 0. So 240 became constant and it will be 0. So 960 times 1 equals to 960. X1 minus 1 equals to 0. So 960 became a constant and will be 0. So derivative product. So derivative product is finding the second derivatives of the number, and we will gonna simplify the number with parentheses. After that, we will gonna substitute the value of x. So here are the equation. Y equals to 6x cubed minus 4x squared, negative squared, plus 7x plus 12. So as what I've said, we will gonna find the derivatives. So y equals to 6 times 3 x raised to cube minus 1 minus 4 times 2 x negative squared minus 1 plus 7 times 1 x 1 minus 1. Since 12 is a constant number, it will become 0. So next is we're gonna multiply the numbers and subtract the exponents. So 6 times 3 is equals to 18. Cube minus 1 is equals to squared minus 4 times 2 is equals to 8. Negative squared minus 1 is equals to negative cube. Plus 7 times 1 is equals to 7. Then 1 minus 1 is equals to 0. Then cancel x. When x is equals to 2. And now we're gonna substitute the value of x into 2. So 18 times 2 squared minus 8 times 2 cube, negative cube, plus 7. Then we're gonna simplify the number with exponent. So the exponent will tell us how many times we're gonna multiply the number by itself. So 18 times 2 squared is equals to 4 minus 8 times 2 negative cube is equals to negative 8 plus 7. So we will gonna multiply the number with parentheses. So 18 times 4 is equals to 72 plus 18 times negative 8 is equals to 64 plus 7. So lastly we're gonna add them up. So 72 plus 64 plus 7 is 147. So the final answer is y is equals to 147. Derivative of quotient. So let's find the derivative of x over x plus 2. So the numerator is the f and the denominator is g. So the value of f is x, then the value of g is x plus 2. And then we're gonna find the f prime and the g prime. So the value of f prime is 1 and the value of g prime is 1. Then the formula is g times f prime minus f times g prime over g squared. So value of f and g, f prime and g prime. So the value of g is x plus 2 and times the value of f is 1 minus the value of f is x and the value of g prime is 1 all over the value of g squared is x plus 2 squared. Then we're gonna multiply the number with parentheses. So x plus 2 times 1 is equals to 2 minus x times 1 is equals to x. Then copy the denominator. And then so we're gonna subtract the 2x. So x minus x is equals to 0. Then the number will remain is 2 all over x plus 2 quantity 2 squared. And then the final answer is 2 all over x plus 2 quantity of squared. Then put the derivative all over derivative of x. Limits and continuity. So here the equation. Limits times 4x squared plus 5x minus 3 as x approaches 3. So we're gonna dispute the limits in equation. So limits 4x squared as x approaches 3 plus limits 5x as x approaches 3 minus limits 3. Then we will gonna rewrite the equation. So for limit x squared as x approaches 3 plus 5 limits of x as x approaches 3 minus limits of 3. So we're gonna substitute the value of x into 3. So 4 times 3 squared plus 5 times 3 minus limit of 3. So, we're gonna multiply the number with exponents. So, 4 times 3 squared is equals to 9 plus 5 times 3 minus 3. And then, we're gonna multiply the number with parentheses. So, 4 times 9 is equals to 36 plus 15 minus 3. And then, we'll add the positive numbers. So, 36 plus 15 is equals to 51, then minus 3. And then, lastly, 51 minus 3 is equals to 49. So, the final answer is 49.
Remember when I told you no matter where I go